What's going on, folks? Welcome to another video, Codename Love 1. Let's look at this stuff here. Homelessness, this trickles over to van life. There's people living in their cars, minivans. This is not just in England, Scotland and Wales. This is also across America. This is happening. Unfortunately, the fucking morons that all were banging their pots and pans in 2020 decided then that they were going to go and do van life. So a whole couple of million, 250,000, I don't know how many, jumped in their vans. So van life has become really popular in the last 5 years. Some of us have been doing that since 2012, mate. Yeah. Way before any of the fucking normies even knew what the deal was. So this woman is talking about war on homelessness. Well, I did want to say something. I was like, well, let's listen to what she has to say, because she has a point. However, until they're actually flying over your forest camp shelter because you've fled to the hills or the forest or wherever you are, until they're flying over in a helicopter with drones and CCTV and lasers and all kinds of fucking shit, and until they're there, I wouldn't worry. Don't worry. Obviously, that is the way forward if shit does hit the fan. Let's not forget that they also want to put everyone into FEMA camps. So anyone that's unvaccinated or is living in a vehicle or homeless or whatever the fuck, right? Basically, there isn't a fucking slave. They're going to try, and potentially the plan is to round them up and put them into fucking FEMA camps, re-education camps. Try and get them vaccinated, try and get them fucking chipped, AI, try and get them back into the system of demons. But obviously those that are the real ones won't do that. They will have to drag fucking the real ones kicking and screaming. And it may come to that, it may not. Who knows, mate? Who knows? They may back down. However, let's listen to this war on homelessness. Like I said, it crosses over to people living in cars, vans, trucks, whatever the fuck. People that are trying to escape. People living off-grid, yeah? People living in fucking cottages in the hills. They'll come for you, mate. They'll try to come for you, They're already making moves in various ways. So let's listen.
Financially is escalating. Perhaps you've heard by now, or if not, I'm sorry to be the one to first inform you, that Brian Kilmeade from Fox News just said on national television and international clips that go everywhere that homeless people should be involuntarily given lethal injections. Just kill them all.
Kill them all. Well, Kill 'Em All is a song by Metallica, mate. So again, we have the predictive programming. I think is an album, is it? Kill 'Em All, right? Big Metallica song in the late 80s, early 90s, something like that. So they're telling you in plain sight their agenda, right? Kill 'em all. Let's not fuck about, folks. That's the agenda. Kill 'em all. That's how they do resets, folks. With wars, vaccines, whatever. Kill 'em all. So in actual fact, because we're living in clown batshit upside down world, the truth should be the opposite. It's anyone who's non-human, AI, fully vaxxed, fully jabbed up. They are the ones who this fate lies, right? Or should lie. Because they are no longer... They're soulless, they are no longer human, and therefore what is the point of being here in Hell Realm? You know, it's the opposite. It's the newsreader that this should happen to, right? We all know that. That's obvious.
That is a direct quote. That's exactly what he said. And I don't care that he apologized. What is that? What is an apology like that? He meant what he said. He's sorry because he doesn't want to get in trouble. But
Right, so a man on the television that is probably fully vaccinated, is no longer human, is essentially a demon on the television saying kill them all about homeless people, right, folks? Is a demon. Now, people are homeless for various reasons. Some people want to be homeless. They don't want shackles of fucking bills and this and that. Some people literally sleep in doorways, partly out of choice. I do know this for a fact. They'd rather not be in fucking four walls in a counselling accommodation, this and that, this and that, this and that, right? It's a freedom. I know someone, there's a guy who's got a channel, old guy. He sleeps in fucking, woodlands in the middle of London, royal parks and stuff. Out of choice. He's homeless. Basically out of choice. I'm sure if he had a choice and loads of money in his account, he probably wouldn't. He'd probably go and get some better accommodation. But there are various reasons why people are on the streets. Some with mental illness, some with relationship breakdowns, some with drug habits, some with alcohol, some with all kinds of shit. Some, they just didn't pay their rent. They got kicked out by the landlord. Well, you're homeless. It can happen to fucking anyone, mate. Anyone. Right, and this guy, this demon on the TV is just saying, kill them all. Wow.
Knows he's not going to get in trouble. He's not going to get fired. His network isn't going to release him. And not that I value anything that he says, but the issue is that the other video I did, that the war on the homeless and nomadic living is just beginning. That right there is a major escalation. I feel so unsafe in my own country. And I feel helpless and hopeless because I don't know what I'm going to do next. This September marks the second year that I have been living in my car. Because I have no other choice, I have filed for disability.
I just had a thought. Basically, if the truth was in plain sight, which it is to those with eyes to see and clear sight, we can see, the dollar bill, I believe it has some writing on it, doesn't it? It says, "In God we trust," or something like that. Imagine if they just put the real agenda on the dollar bill, and they just put, on a $1 bill, kill them all. That would be basically closer to the truth. In God we trust. Which God are they talking about? The God of the Bible? Yahweh, Lucifer, Satan? Which one? Baal? In God we trust. Folks, imagine if they just had the truth put everywhere, and on the dollar bill, it would, instead of "In God we trust," it would be "Kill them all." Imagine.
On state Medicaid, I am having treatment. I am dealing with physical disability.
Look, this is hell realm. We don't need to hear about your bullshit, but everyone's got bullshit, and it's, absolutely valid. What they want you is sick, suffering, miserable, unwell, poor, hungry, cold, dead, essentially, soulless, vaccinated. That's what they want, folks. That's what they want. Let's not beat about the bush. So there is a war, and it's been raging for a long time, folks.